Yeah, we bring reviews of your house. Talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house. Wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house. We keeps it cool in your house. We keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes, Mark's hating on his fast. Becky's niche on the man. Play with two like a lion. Household a dangerous alliance. I am an diamond like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan Howse and my man, Michael Hutchinson. That's Mikey Hutch. This is the People's Podcast. Hey, you guys already know what it is. It is your boy Khan, ready to give you that work when it comes to the professional wrestling business. That is what we do. We love it. We give you that work. We give you that work. Hey, that's what we do here. So, yeah, that's exactly what we do, guys. Let me let you know you guys can listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Himalaya. You don't have an Apple device, that's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. And man, Michael, I just got done watching this match with Will Ospreay and Shingo. I hadn't seen him before. So I just got done watching that match that I posted a couple of days ago, and I finally went back to watch it. And the reason that I bring that up, Michael, is because we are going to hold a house meeting today, bro.
Yeah, we are. Now, you know what? I got to address something here. You hit me with that work thing one more time, I'm off the show. I'm done. Don't you ever do that again. I usually, you know what? I let you run this thing. You spearhead this bad boy, this brand that we all know and love that is known as In Your House. But so help me, whatever deity that you happen to worship, if you do that again, I'm a ghost. I'm gone.
Yowie wowie!
I just want to give him that work, bro. That's what we do here. We give him that work.
We do give him that work, though.
So,
but yes, this match. Whew, it's I mean, I can say I expected it to be great.
Yeah.
But man, it really surpassed that.
Bro, from what I watched the first time that I watched it, the one time that I watched it, that is I realized that I was saying, oh my gosh, like more than once. Like I think I said it like 4 times in that match, bro. Just the feats of athleticism, but and then the strong style, the heavy hitting in the match. Like, you know, they had to be icing themselves after that match was over, bro.
Oh, they're feeling it. I guarantee you they're both feeling it right now. And I mean, and it's New Japan, and that's kind of, you know, that's their thing. Yeah. And excuse me, but yeah, it's it was a very snug, very hard hitting match, and it had just a little bit of everything. Again, stiff shots. I mean, you had your flippy stuff. It had, I mean, and it just escalated. It just got better and better, and it had some dangerous spots too.
Yes, there were some dangerous spots. The match that, of course, me and Michael are talking about are Ospreay versus Shingo, New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Junior 26 Finals. Hell of a match. One thing that really stood out to me from that match, and we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, so we're not going to go too in-depth on any one thing in order for us to go in-depth on things. Of course, we do have a tier system with Patreon, and we'll go go over that later. But we're just grazing through things right now and talking about it as we, casually talk. That's what we do here at In Your House. And I got to tell you, man, at some point I saw a reverse Hurricane Rana that Ospreay did on Shingo, and I thought he broke his neck, bro. I thought his neck was broken.
Yeah, that's actually, what I referenced, what I was referencing in regards of, some dangerous spots. And I mean, again, I'm no expert, but I don't think that's how it was kind of supposed to go. And I'm glad he's okay from what I heard. There's no injury, but he's lucky that there's not, because that was nasty. And just looking at the forearms, it's like I'm actually sitting here watching a highlight reel as we're conversing about this. And just the forearms that they were throwing at one another was just nasty. Granted, I know I'm more of a fan of the working punch, like I've said before. Yeah. But man, they were just laying those in, and just the clotheslines and just everything that they did, they just threw it all out there, man.
Those clotheslines were so stiff, bro. Those were some stiff clotheslines that I saw from Shingo. I had not seen him before. This was my first time I had seen him, and for you shithead Shanes, this is the first time that you've seen him. Oh, how can you call yourself a wrestling fan if that's the first time that you've seen him? Well, guess what, guys? Me and Michael don't just sit around and watch wrestling 24/7. I know it's hard to believe, Michael. I don't think they believe me, bro.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of tough because I actually took the time because I got to I got to go into my job tonight, 9 p.m., 2100 to go clear cube until 6 a.m. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what? I always say on here, I am not speaking gospel here. Yep. I'm not. I've been wrong on this show, but unlike a lot of people out there, if I'm wrong, I can admit it. Yeah. I can admit if I'm wrong. Yep. We're not Mike Tenay here. No. I'm not a walking encyclopedia, and nor did I ever claim to be. But I can say that I have watched a lot of content. And if I get some of those facts a little bit askew, cool. I've thrown out there multiple times. You guys, if I come off the rails a little bit, please, throw it out to the Howsehold, bounces, keep us back in line. Again, that's what we are. We're a community. We're just here to converse about wrestling. Yes. All right. Yes. So that's all I got to say about that. We're not going to give anybody any spotlights or anything. And you know what? Let me go ahead and pepper this out there too. Sure. For those people out there who think we should be walking encyclopedias and know anything and everything that there is to know about this wrestling that ever has been, is, and ever will be, go ahead and start your own show. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, bro. Thank you for saying that, because you are going to find really quickly, and this, and I'm gonna brag on us for a quick second. I'm gonna do it because I don't normally do that, but I'm gonna do it because I challenge you guys to do what me and Michael and our team do, and that is push out constant content, and not just constant content, constant interesting content that keeps people coming back to listen to you. Guys, me and Michael, we're not anybody. We are not former wrestlers. We are not former announcers. We have not done anything in the business. We are both nobodies. Fans. We are nobodies, bro. We are nobodies. But somehow, some way, 70 plus episodes. Okay, guys, listen to me here. 70 plus episodes. And the success that this podcast has seen, I'm not being cocky when I say that. I'm going off the facts here, okay? I look at the downloads. I know at this point in this young podcast's time that we've had it, the numbers that I've accumulated are insane. Talking to people I never thought that I would talk to. And the content that we push out, 70 plus episodes to keep you guys in the household entertained, I challenge anybody to do that. And if you can do it, that's great. I'm happy for you. But if you can't do it, if you cannot do it, please, and listen, I put out a post earlier on Facebook, and I know I was being kind of a dick, but I'm going to be nice when I say this. If you can't do it, please don't tell me, Michael, or our team how to run our show. That's it.
That's it. That's all, bro.
Right. And you know what? It's like this. And if I can, kind of expand upon the whole content thing that you alluded to.
Yeah.
Doing what we do here. And again, I'm just, I'm riding in the proverbial side cart here. You put in, a great and exponentially higher, even higher amount of work than I do. We all are cogs in the machine that is the In Your House brand. Right. We all do our part. We all form together like fucking Voltron. You form the head, and and we fucking dominate. That's what we do.
That is what we do. Yep.
But we all do our part. But again, when it comes to putting out content, it kind of gives you respect for like the writing of like WWE and shit like that as well.
Yeah.
And I know we bag on that a lot, but it is tough to put out a lot, this much content. Yeah. And going back to this, and I'm not trying to sound egotistical either, as well myself, because again, I'm nobody. I didn't expect a quarter of what's happened on this podcast.
Me neither, bro.
Nor did I expect it, because again, I'm nobody. Nobody. But we're giving this to y'all for free.
Yep.
And I will take constructive criticism.
Me too.
That's fine, and we've gotten that. And you know what? We've taken that. Because we take that into consideration better, and we're more likely to listen to that than if somebody just come in and telling us, "Oh, well, you guys should do this, you guys should do that," or "Hey, I used to watch back when Stone Cold was kicking ass back in the day. Can I get on y'all's show,
bro? This
bandwagon looks like it's pretty full and whatnot, but I'd like to get on there because I used to talk wrestle back in the day. Bro, you've missed 2 eras.
Oh, man, for real, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. Because those are the worst people.
I'm all about having the people.
Yeah.
I'm all about having the people.
Yeah.
But if you don't have love for the art, see it through the good and the bad, then I don't really know what you could add unless we do a retro show.
Right. Yeah.
We do a retro show, we may let you know.
Well, yeah, and are you even going to go back and watch the content that you watched back in 97 and do the research to be able to converse it as well as me and Michael are going to converse it? No, you're not. No, and I'm not being mean. No, you're not. Those are the worst people to me, the ones that say, oh, well, can I hop on the show? I haven't watched and Stone Cold and The Rock was fighting each other, but I feel like what could you possibly contribute? This is not me being a jerk. I'm being completely just dead ass real right now. What could you possibly contribute to this show? You can't. There's nothing that you can contribute. It just share. You know what I mean? And hell, buy a freaking shirt.
Buy a shirt.
Buy a shirt.
But and even when it comes to the research thing, again, we have been wrong before. And if we reference something, if you guys are listening, and again, we want y'all to listen. We appreciate the downloads and the listens and the shares and all that. And again, we love you guys.
No doubt.
We love you guys. The people that are inboxing us, again, do not feel like you cannot communicate with us.
Right. Exactly.
But again, it's all in the approach. It's all in how you converse, because you got to understand. Yes, you download us and you may not, but we're all people here, man. We're all people here, and you are entitled to your opinion. If you don't like some stuff we say, add us. We can talk about it. We can talk about it, and I guarantee you, if we actually converse about it, we're going to walk away civilly and be like, "Oh, you know what? That was actually pretty cool." But no, you come at us being a dick, then you're going to first off, you're either going to get curved.
Yep.
And we're just going to keep it pushing because, again, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
And, but again, I really don't want this to be a show about us. I hate talking about our show on our show.
I know,
I don't like doing that because it sounds pretentious. I don't want to go on here talking about how good we are because, again, we fuck up. God knows, again, I know I've fucked up. So, now there's times that, I'll even go ahead and say it right now. There's times that I've been talking about some shit, and then I start talking about some other shit, and then I forget about the original shit that I was talking about.
I've done it too, bro. We just have fun.
Dead ass. There you go. You want some shit to fucking laser on? There you go. It's happened.
Yep,
it's happened. But you know what? We're still 5 stars. And regardless, we're still one. I still love you. and you still download it. So now, you know what? Let's drop all this nonsense and let's get on with this show.
Yep, let's keep it moving.
Can we do that?
I'm glad we covered that though, because I felt like it was something that needed to be addressed. But now we got to keep it pushing here. And yeah, absolutely, it was a great match. Ospreay and Shingo, good match. Like I said, don't normally watch New Japan as much as I would like to, but definitely was a fan of that match and just the style that they put on. Another thing that I wanted to say about that match is this felt completely different than the last Ospreay match that went viral, and that was him and Ricochet, and a lot of people had a lot of opinions on that match. This felt different than that. This felt like there was like it wasn't just choreographed violence. There was actually some good violence in there too. So definitely great match. Great match.
Well, Will Ospreay is like otherworldly, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and I'm glad you brought up Ricochet because, I mean, those two, I mean, they're straight out of a comic book. They're straight out of an action movie. I mean, and say what you want, because yes, to have that look, a lot of it is I hate using the word choreographed, but I mean, let's call a spade here. I mean, but it's again, it's like music. It's the way, it's the style of it, and I like it. You know, like when they have multiple exchanges, like in the beginning of the match when they have multiple exchanges and they miss each other, and all of a sudden, like boom, they're at that stance and they're like standing back to back with one another, looking over one another's shoulder, and like stuff like that. Just like cool shots like that. Like that's awesome. And in the right context, in the right scenario, because again, it's telling a story.
Yeah.
And it's just looking at it through a more, again, I call it a comic book lens. That's just kind of how I see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a fun match. Very, very fun match. They got a lot of buzz. A lot of people was talking about it. And that's kind of why I'm glad you tagged me in it, because I was like, ooh, there it is, because I kind of was looking for it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you got a chance to watch it too, because I know I wanted to cover it, because we had somebody in the household definitely ask about that, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I got to watch it, but let's do it.
Right, for sure. And again, you know, if there's any other matches out there that, you know, in the household is like, oh, you guys got to watch this, or we want to get your guys' opinion on this match or this character or this brand, whatever, throw it out there. I know that there's been some buzz a while back, and I've been meaning to get to this, and I'm kind of glad I'm getting a touch on it now, is MLW. I know we've gotten recommendations of talking about MLW, and I still plan on, because again, I've been working like 12 hours a damn day because they haven't freed Mikey Hutch yet, the greedy bastards, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, Big Baby Sweet's got to get his money, you know what I mean?
Gotta get that money. Gotta get that money.
But yeah, I do still plan on getting back to MLW, and I'm actually gonna see about maybe trying to do like a solo run, maybe on an MLW review or something like that. I don't know. Stay tuned for that.
There you go.
We're kind of working out the logistics of that right now, but again, it's not about that. But yeah, going back to the New Japan thing, and again, Will Ospreay is awesome, and also Moxley had a pretty good match there too. He actually opened Dominion against one of the Young Lions there. I forget the name of the guy that he was fighting against.
Okay.
But yeah, Moxley looked good, man.
Once I get a chance to actually sit down and watch that, we'll go over that, and we'll think about giving them something in depth, maybe a good review on Dominion once I get a chance to watch some of the main matches. But we were just talking about, of course, the great match from the Best of the Super Junior 26, and it was fantastic. Now let's talk about a match that was not so fantastic.
Oof.
Had a question, wanted to hear our thoughts on Super Showdown. I did not watch Super Showdown. That was a choice that I made for several different reasons. And there's that. But I know that you watched some of it. So if you want to go over some of what you did watch, and then we'll go over the main thing on Super Showdown that we really wanted to talk about.
Well, let me say again let me preface this by saying that I mean no disrespect to any of the talent that, you know, took the time to take that arduous flight to Saudi Arabia to be on this show, and the fact that they don't even get a day off that they have to fly back here, and then they have to work live shows, and then they have to work Monday, and they have to work Tuesday. So they don't even get time off from this. So, but that show, I actually tried. I forgot it was on. I got off work, long day, came home, chilling, hanging out. And then I thought, oh yeah, Blood in the Sand's on. That's probably gonna be a shit show. I'll check that out. Because at the very least, I wanted to see Dolph and Kofi, because I think the build to that match has been pretty damn good. Even though the location was shit. No disrespect to our Saudi Arabian people out there. Again, if you guys download us and everything, we love you guys too. But I don't want to get into it.
It's not you guys, it's the situation.
I'll just say there's a very dark, ominous cloud above all of this.
Yeah, so it's definitely not our Saudi fans in the household. It's not you guys. Just so please understand that. But
right, and I think a lot of them do. If you look at the comment threads and stuff, about this, they're quick to point that out. But anyway, but yeah, I'm sitting there and I'll be honest, I can't even really recall to tell you what I watched. I know Brock sort of tried to cash in and it didn't happen, and that's really about all I recall, because I kind of made a fuck it adjustment, as it were, and it's just like, you know what, I don't want to watch, because I think it was I was on Facebook, and I kind of started seeing spoilers as I was scrolling through, and I'm like, okay, nope, I don't want. Okay, well, there we go, and I saw the spoiler for Dolph and Kofi, and it sounds like they're going to continue to let that go, which is good, because I think there's still a lot of meat left on the bones, so to speak, in regards to that story. So I'm glad they're not wrapping it up here. But then they got to what I thought was just a shit main event, which I think is kind of what we're getting at here. Because again, I can't weigh in on the rest of the show, because again, I bounced. I didn't have time. And the crowd, what was weird is the crowd really didn't look really all that invested, except for the biggest feel-good moment that I saw that happened there was the local guy won the Battle Royal, which was funny. Yeah, which people were saying, why'd they change Ali's name? Wasn't his name Ali or something? Like, y'all need to chill. Y'all stale as fuck. Y'all know that's two different people.
Not cool. Y'all know, you guys know that's two different people. Quit playing. Come on.
Right. And a little fun fact here, not sure if you noticed, but somebody pointed out, I can't take credit for this, but they were actually, because it was supposed to be 50 people in their largest battle royal or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There were actually 51 people in the battle royal. Yeah, so WWE can't even get that shit right.
Oh.
So, again, I'm not trying to bury them, but Jesus,
they make people. It hard, bro. They make it so hard.
Yes, and it's like, my God. And then they got the main event. Is that what we're getting to? Can we talk about that?
Let's talk about it.
All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm not sure how much you folks know about Saudi Arabia. I'm no expert either, but there's multiple talents who either chose not to go, due to their background or their beliefs or their just general fuck that, I'm not trying to go over there. That's nonsense. You got Sami Zayn because he's Syrian, not wanting to go over there, and then you got Aleister Black who couldn't go because of the tattoo on his back.
Yep.
I believe they actually flew Alexa Bliss and somebody else, Natalya, out there. Thank you, to have a match.
Yep.
And then just didn't, and they flew R-Truth out there for him to be in the Battle Royal, but then they thought, we can't have him in the Battle Royal. Everybody's going to try to pin him for the 24/7 championship.
What a mess!
So they just didn't put him in the match, even though they, they kind of put a stop to the 24/7 rule for a minute, if I recall, on SmackDown for some silly ass reason.
Shane did. Yep.
They could have been like, this doesn't count during the Battle Royal. Once the Battle Royal's over, it's back in effect.
That's all you had to do.
Then you could have had 52 people in the fucking Battle Royal, you Fucking dipshits.
Oh, what
anyway,
the hell, man? Ugh.
Yeah, and then you got the main event. Back to the Saudi Arabia thing. So you got all these people who either can't go or choose not to go because of their beliefs, and not to mention the fact that their leader over there is having people cut up with a fucking bone saw, and we're still going to do business with them anyway.
Bro.
So, but then they can't. You can't have certain iconography. You can't have women there. You can't have this there, and you can't have that there. But the main match, the main event, was a battle between an undead wizard in the Undertaker versus a man who has one of, and I mean this respectfully, one of the most Jewish names out there in the name of Goldberg. Do you really expect the stadium of Saudi Arabian fans to chant Goldberg? What the fuck were you expecting with this anyway? And you got these people anyway who wanted to have this match, who gave out this 10 million, billion, cajillion dollars, however many zeros it was, however much the blood money was. Talk about, we want Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior. Well, you can't have them. Why? They're dead. Like that journalist you killed, you fucks.
Dude, didn't they have a guy dress up like Yokozuna or something, like last year or something? Just to create
I think they had a he didn't dress up as him, but he was like, he was very round. I guess you could say, like he was like sumo-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but he was like a younger talent, and I'm not sure if he was Saudi Arabian or not.
I can't remember that well.
Again, correct us, fans. Correct us. I'm going to say it. I don't know.
You hurt the feelings, bro.
I don't know.
You hurt their feelings because you don't know everything, bro. You're supposed to know everything.
Slide in our inbox. In our inbox and let us know. Guide us to the light.
Yep. Because we're here. We want to learn too.
You can show us the light. The DMs will let you in.
Yep. If we choose to let you in. So yeah, man. The match itself now. Now moving on to the match itself.
Yeah. Now to the match.
Oh boy, man, bro.
Well,
Goldberg concussed himself before the match even started, bro. He was already bleeding.
Yeah, Goldberg's taking bumps before he even gets to the damn door open. And a guy asks, why does Goldberg still need cops?
I don't know. Like, it's just part of the gimmick, I guess.
Like, why does he still need security? Who's going to jump old man Goldberg? Now, you know what, mate? Now, Saudi Arabia kind of makes sense for the aforementioned Jew name. Yeah,
but they would never ride that wave.
And you would think, you know what? I would probably be one of the first. If I was Goldberg and probably, the undead wizard, the Undertaker, I'd probably been one of the first. I'd have been the first one out of there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to have been sticking around. But,
did you see what Finn Balor did real quick?
Yeah, he's not coming back.
I hope he was already on the plane when he tweeted that out, bro.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. Yeah, he didn't put that shit out while he was there. And if you guys don't know, I do believe what Khan is referring to is Finn Balor put out which is good because again, it's pride, it's pride and all that stuff. Big ups to all that. Get out there, and support, whatever it is you are, and that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that. And it took a lot, courage in some ways for Finn Balor to do what he did because he was like pride in Saudi Arabia, and put out a picture of himself in front of the in front of the ring and all that, and oof.
Yep, he was doing the fin freeze and everything, and I was like, "Ooh, boy, that's rough."
But boy, did he have a cool entrance, though. I will give him that. That's something else that stood out for me because he did the demon entrance, and which there you go. There was another fucking demon there in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
Finn Balor came out doing the demon gimmick.
Yeah. What the hell, man? They let a lot of shit slide.
Right, but Alexa Bliss and Talia couldn't get a match though.
I couldn't get a match. What's happening?
Man, 2019.
Crazy. crazy. Yep, we're in 2019 and this stuff is still happening. It's crazy. It's cultural differences, man. But anyway, back to this match.
Back to the shit show. Oof.
Man, okay. So I saw some of the clips of, like, I think it was Goldberg trying to lift up Undertaker, and then it was Undertaker trying to lift up Goldberg, and I think he kind of collapsed under him and stuff like that. Like, he couldn't get him up. And then the botched tombstone piledriver where it looked like Undertaker broke his freaking neck after he had already been concussed. So that's number 2 right there, bro. That's at least 2 concussions possibly. Like, oh, bro, like, sad. I was sad when I watched all that.
Well, I mean, the match, again, for multiple reasons, didn't need to happen. Yeah, I mean, and here's my thing. You guys can book Goldberg versus The Undertaker, but you guys could never get around to booking Undertaker versus Sting. Kiss my ass.
What's happening, bro?
Kiss my ass. Like, who really wanted... Was there anybody, honestly, out there? And again, Howsehold, weigh in. Please. I could be wrong. Yeah. Was there anybody out there who was looking forward to this, or ever did want to see Undertaker versus Goldberg? Because even back in the day, back when I did watch it back in the Attitude Era and back when, when WCW and WWE was doing their shit, I never thought about Goldberg versus Undertaker.
Never once crossed my mind, bro.
Never. Now, if they did happen to do like a super show where they had their talents, had matches against one another, maybe the thought would come up. But again, I never crossed my mind. I was more so Undertaker and Sting.
Sting, yep.
That's where the money was. Not now, but it's where it was.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like the match itself was necessary. And then, again, why is Goldberg headbutt the door?
He already made that mistake once in 2017. Why did he do it again? He said he wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, the man's, I do believe like he was bleeding when he came out.
Yep.
And then there was a spot I do believe where like Goldberg like went to charge at Undertaker in the corner, and Taker moved, and Goldberg like ate the turnbuckle to his face.
Yeah.
And that caused him to bleed even more, which, in the right moment, it'd be like, oh, that would add to the match. It'd be even cooler. And I'm like, no, because the original wound happened because dumb shit McFuck hit the door with his head.
Right, yep.
It just didn't make any sense. And then, like you said, the botch Jack, the botch, where he dropped the man, he dropped Taker on his head. I mean, that doesn't call a spade a spade. He dropped the man on his head.
Right.
And the look on Taker's face after the match said it all. During the match, after the match. And I heard that there was some heat between the two backstage.
Okay, I didn't hear that. What's up with that?
So from what I gather, again, it's all speculation. I don't know. It could just be thrown out there, just like the Jericho shit was. The shit about the line with the line that Dean Ambrose, shot down from, that Moxley shot down from Vince McMahon.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Jericho ran his mouth. That was bullshit. So this could be bullshit too.
Yeah.
But again, the look on Taker's face, he didn't look pleased.
No, he sure didn't, bro.
And then you got Goldberg tweeting out, I kind of knocked myself stupid, so I let my fans down. I'm sorry. That there was a shouting match between the two backstage. And then, there was just fan footage released of Goldberg after the match outside of the ring, just like falling over and shit. Because, again, he concussed himself. He knocked himself stupid.
Yeah, man. And more than anything else, man, like, I'll say this, like, I just hope dude's okay, because, like, I'm not, like, I'm not a huge, like, I used to be a big Goldberg fan, like, back in the 90s, you know what I mean? But now, like, his appeal wore off a long time ago for me. But at the end of the day, man, like, keep dude out of the ring. He don't need to be in there anymore. This, like, we're not trashing you, bro. Like, I know Matt Riddle's been killing you on Twitter, but he's been straight killing you on Twitter, but we're not gonna kill you, bro. We're just gonna say that we love you, man. I know I do. I can speak for myself. I liked Goldberg back in the 90s. He was a great superhero type character who could never lose. But stay out of the ring, bro. Now, please do yourself a favor and stay out of the ring. I can think of at least 3 times in that whole sequence of you coming out to the ring and the match where you could have at least had 3 concussions and you're getting up there in age. Please stay out of the ring, bro, because it's no place for you anymore, and I mean that respectfully.
Right, and that's absolutely true. Again, that just to kind of reiterate on that, I also mean no disrespect to the man. I love the streak. I have very fond memories of sitting with family. Yeah. And actually, in a fun way, cheering against Goldberg because, my uncle, who has since passed on, was a huge Goldberg mark. Loved the guy. So again, Goldberg, always has and always will hold a special place with me. But I don't need to see him anymore.
No.
And I hope the money was worth it, bro. I really hope that money was worth it because you really you hurt yourself and you possibly, I hope not, but you about hurt somebody else too.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think both the men's legacy got hurt from this whole situation. Like, once again, like what Michael said, I hope the money was worth it because not only did you guys hurt yourself, which is the most important thing, let me say that. That's the most important thing, but you guys definitely hurt your legacy. And Undertaker, Goldberg, you guys have been doing this for years, especially Undertaker. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. I have the utmost respect for the man. So I'm just going to say this, not as a fan, but as somebody who is somewhat privy to the business from a fan's perspective. You could have said no. You could have said no. And you should have said no. I mean, if you care about money, then it was yes. Cool. That's fine. If you care about money, I'm not even judging you. I'm not even judging you. But if you care about your legacy in the slightest, you should have probably said no, in my personal opinion. Hey, you don't got to do shit with my opinion. Both of those men probably have millions of dollars. Don't give a rat's ass about what I think. But if you care a little bit about your legacy, you could have said no. That's it. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just it. I mean, I mean, Undertaker already had, and again, I love Undertaker as well, but he already had a pretty fantastic send-off quite a few times. Yeah. And it's like now when he comes back, it's kind of groan-inducing now. It's just why? If you're going to use him, at least use him the right way. Put over a younger talent.
Yeah. Bro.
Use him that way. That's what I don't get. And it's like these legends are kind of getting screwed over now. And but it's on them to say no.
Yeah,
like you said, say no. Just say no. I don't know because I don't feel like there's any clause in their contract where they can't.
Right. I think they're both on Legends deals.
Yeah, exactly. Now I get if you're a younger talent, if it's fuck you, pal, you're going to Saudi Arabia, get your ass on that plane.
Yeah.
But I feel like Taker could be no, I'm not doing that, and Goldberg could definitely say no. I mean,
he walked out on the company at one point.
Exactly. I mean, he said no before. He's good at it. Yep. So yeah, man. I don't know. They just. It was as bad, and again, the match itself is why did the match go that long? They've even had matches with Goldberg and Lesnar. They could have did the shit where it was 3 minutes.
Yep.
3-minute match, boom, boom, few spears. You could even have Goldberg go over.
Yep.
There you go. Have the Jew go over in Saudi Arabia.
Man, oh man, that would have gone over so many people's head. I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and I think it kind of did because it again, just the fact that this was the main event surprises the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I again, it's crazy, but whatever. It is what it is. But I'm glad it's over. But I know there's going to be more because they're going back again, right?
Oh yeah, they're going to keep going back. They're going to keep going back, and I don't know if the theme of the Saudi Arabia shows is like, let's bring guys back to ruin their legacies, but that seems like it's becoming a running theme because let's not even talk about what happened with Shawn Michaels.
Oh my goodness.
Money grab Jones. Yeah, I said that. I said
oh, cha-ching.
Sad, man.
Well, it's like, but I'm thinking, like, who the fuck else can they get now? I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
I think Hogan's already been there to at least do an intro. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna do Hogan versus Sheik as the main event. I don't know. Who
not Hogan
knows?
Versus Sheik. Oh shit. Hey, you know what? As long as we get a 3-minute promo from the Sheik, I'm good.
Oh yes, he can talk all day. He can talk all day, bro. I love it. I love his social medias are great.
Man, give me that.
So we go from talking about a shit show to a show that is starting to eat some shit, and that's Ring of Honor. This one makes me sad too, bro. Real shit. This makes me sad too because me, you, your wife, my wife, we've all sat front row at Ring of Honor shows before, and we had phenomenal times, bro.
Absolutely, and yeah, they're kind of falling on some hard times right now.
Yeah,
and this whole AEW venture really hasn't helped them very much.
No, it hasn't.
And they got this partnership with New Japan, which is great. You know that, but once the Elite left and stopped doing business with ROH, it left a void. And let's face it, I do believe Marty Scurll's still there.
Yeah,
but he's going to ride out his contract, and let's face it, we know he's going to AEW too.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't go the first time. Was he still under contract?
I think so. I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's the reason why he didn't leave with them is because he was still locked under contract.
Okay, with Ring of Honor. Okay, got it.
He might have renewed again. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, people. I don't know. But yeah, I do believe he was still that Marty was still under contract with ROH when the rest of the guys' stuff was up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like once Marty's stuff is up, he's got to be gone. And then who do they got?
Man, like, I don't know. Like, I've seen some pictures of, like, bad attendance. Like, I'm not sitting over here, like, saying that like it's fact. I just saw some pictures. Like, I know I've seen some WWE stuff where people will show pictures of their attendance and it'll be like before the show started. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be before the show started. People are just trying to start shit, you know? And I don't know if this is what that was with Ring of Honor, but I have heard a lot of ramblings about Ring of Honor being on the decline. A lot of different places plucking their stars. WWE's been plucking stars from them for years. Now they lost their biggest draws in the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Cody. They lost him to AEW. Matt Taven's their champion, which is a great feel-good story, but nobody knows who Matt Taven is. It's just rough, bro. It's rough right now for ROH, and I don't know the answer of how you fix it, you know?
Yeah, well, I think, again, and they do still have good talent there.
Yeah.
Because Matt Taven's good.
Yeah, I hear he's really good. I just most people don't really know who he is.
Well, and that brings me to, what I was going to say is possible suggestion is they need to get out there more. They need to get on a TV channel that has more exposure. They need, I mean, look at AEW. They got a fucking deal on TNT, and I know that I make that sound like, oh, that's an easy thing to do. I know it's not easy.
Oh no,
but,
yeah.
But ROH is still owned by St. Clair, right?
I believe so. Yes.
St. Clair's not broke.
No.
So, I mean, and for what I gather, they got a lot of channels and a lot of reach out there. I just don't understand why they just don't get their shit out there more. And I know they got the Fight app, which is great, which October 5th, catch Heroes and Legends on the Fight app.
Yes,
download that shit.
Yep.
Check out Khan doing the commentary. It's going to be awesome.
Haha.
But yeah, I mean, they got the Fight app, which is great. and whatnot. But yeah, it's just something's missing. And from what I gather, Ring of Honor's kind of had the ebb and flow thing going on, where they've had their highs and their lows. And, because like went back when they had like Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe and Low-Ki and CM Punk, and then they ended up leaving, which kind of left a void, and then they ended up getting more talent back in, and then they picked up again, and then they left, and it's kind of a cycle thing. Ring of Honor's kind of just been, I don't really know what label you want to call that, where
maybe a roller coaster,
like I don't want to call them a placeholder for talent, but kind of a place for talent to like stop in the States to refine their skills to move to the next level, so to speak. Which I mean, I guess that's technically what any independent is anyway. Yeah. But Ring of Honor was kind of that independent, because I mean, you look at the roster on WWE now. You got your AJ Styles, you got your Samoa Joe, your Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, and people like that. And and again on the other side as well, and you look at the AEW, you got a lot of people that was from ROH on there too. So I mean, ROH is a damn good brand. It's just they never had their guy. You know what I mean? Like their number one talent. Because like when you think WWE, you think Stone Cold, you think The Rock, you think John Cena, you think even a Roman Reigns and all that. Hogan, exactly. WCW, same way. Sting, Goldberg, Flair, the list, Dusty, like the list goes on and on. Who was Ring of Honor's guy?
Ooh,
if I was to pick one, I'd say Bryan Danielson.
That's a good pick. I at this point, currently, I'd say Jay Lethal is probably their guy currently.
There you go. And Jay Lethal, I would say Jay Lethal's a damn good one, because Jay Lethal had that, that awesome record to where, he headlined Madison Square Garden and all that stuff. And, like, awesome for him. Like, that's good shit. And Jay Lethal is fantastic and amazing talent.
Great talent.
I don't see Jay Lethal staying there either.
You think he'll end up going to at some point? Just because dude,
absolutely.
I think he's done everything that he could possibly do in Ring of Honor. Like, it's not going to be a thing where it's like he's leaving because he's tired of it there or anything. Like, he loves Ring of Honor. Like, he's made it clear that he loves Ring of Honor. But I think if he does leave, it's going to be because he's done everything that you could possibly do at Ring of Honor, and he's got to do something else, or else it's going to get stale.
Exactly. I mean, and the moment you become stagnant, it reflects on your art. And then you got everybody going, oh, yeah, he's not as good as he used to be, and everybody's going to be shitting all over him. Yeah. Hell, you can look at Dean Ambrose, John Moxley for that. I can recall us talking about how boring Dean Ambrose was in WWE. I've seen 2 matches now for John Moxley, and it's vastly superior than anything I've seen from Dean Ambrose in his whole damn run. At me. Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't wait to see what, because again, it takes motivation.
Yep.
If you're not motivated, exactly. If you're not motivated, then your art's going to reflect that. Man. So with Jay Lethal, that's why, exactly. I mean, as you said, he's done everything. And it's not because, when and if he does leave, it's not going to be because he's like, oh, Ring of Honor sucks, I'm tired of it. There's nothing going on. There's nothing else for him to do.
Yep.
So he's going to go out, and he'll go out the right way. He'll make somebody. He'll do the job for somebody, make a talent on his way out, and then we'll see him in AEW at some point, either as a talent or he'd be a good agent, coach, whatever it is that they're calling them over there.
Sure. I'd like to see him as an on-screen character, but I'd even be cool to seeing that too.
Yeah, because I mean, Jay Lethal's got a lot to offer in the business, both in ring and behind the scenes. Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't foresee Jay Lethal's run being long in Ring of Honor either, and I hope that they're prepared for that. Now, they could get an influx of new talent like they have before, and rebuild again, and come up, and hell, they're probably going to do business with AEW at some point anyway. So because that kind of seems like what's going on anyway, and boy, how poetic would that be? Or is that going to be that back in the day, Vince bought up all the territories and all that, to make WWF, WWF back then what it became.
Yeah.
And now all the territories, all the independents are joining together to fight the juggernaut that is WWE. My God, not like that. Now there's a fucking long-term wrestling storyline arc for you.
That's great.
That's crazy.
Oh,
that is crazy.
They never make that into a story, but that'd be amazing to see on TV.
Well, you know what? We kind of might. That might be what happens starting this October.
Who knows, bro? That's why this is so great. It's so great that we have the second major promotion, and hopefully Ring of Honor can get involved and get a little rub from it, because Ring of Honor is a great promotion. I feel personally close to Ring of Honor. I know you do.
And we had so much fun.
So much fun there, man. Like, so much fun. I have the Ring of Honor Championship. We met Jay Lethal there. We met the Young Bucks there. We met Adam Cole there. Like, I have fond, very positive memories of Ring of Honor. And this news just, it hurts me to have to talk about it, but it's happening, and we got to talk about it, bro.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about it. And you mentioned the belt. And the belt itself, and I still say the Ring of Honor design, the belt, the design of that belt is still to this day one of, if not the prettiest, even though I really am a fan of AEW's title.
Yes, me too.
I know some people are kind of hating on it or whatever, and again, it's all subjective, and that's cool.
Sure.
But I love that title. But, man, Ring of Honor's title is one of the prettiest, if not the prettiest title out there. I mean, in a long while, if not ever, because that title's gorgeous.
Yes.
And to see it in person, because I always thought it was, and then when I saw yours the first time, I was like, "Ooh, look at that! Are you serious?" Because I mean, if you remember, I'm kind of marked out a little bit when I saw it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Oh, is that legit?" I'm like, "Yep, it sure is. That's awesome." But yeah, I really hope ROH gets their stuff together, and they're by no means done. Please don't get it twisted. We're not sitting here saying that ROH is, oh, they're gonna close their doors. They're done. They're not done. They're fine. They got good talent booking for them, from what I gather. They still got a really solid roster. It's just they got to find an identity. I think they got to find their guy.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know who that'll be, but and again, throw it out there, guys. If somebody out there is an ROH fan and they think, you know what, this could be the guy that needs to spearhead everything, throw their name out there.
Throw them out there. I know currently I enjoy Flip Gordon. Maybe that's a name, but throw some other names out there. Marty Scurll, that's another name, but if he decides to stay, definitely some names there. And let us know, guys, if there's anybody else we're missing or somebody that you guys think that could run the show. Hey, let us know, because we love being interactive with you guys, and that's what we're doing here with this house meeting, having a great time here, talking with my man Michael, answering some of your guys' questions that you guys wanted to hear us talk about, and we truly appreciate it. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about here is a question. It is this: if you had the option to change one wrestler's theme to anything you wanted, who would it be, and what would their song be? That's a good question. I like that question. What do you think, Michael?
Hip Hop Rock, Straight Outta Compton.
Love it.
I mean, if I don't get that, then what are we even doing?
What are we even doing, bro?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, because again, I'm sorry. I thought Hip Hop Rock was fantastic, and you saw that, or the Beastie Boys, and have him coming out in the hoodies and give him a Mr. T starter kit with the gold chains and all that shit. Like, come on, man, that's money. Throw some old school 3-stripe Adidas on him. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I love it. Hey, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for hip hop, bro. But I like his personality, man. I like the personality when he gets the chance to have a personality.
I do too, and God love him. You know what? How often he's been on? Do you realize that Brock Lesnar's been on Raw for like 3 weeks in a row?
Bro, I said that on the Roundtable Super Slam, and nobody has, besides us, nobody said a word. Nothing.
Nobody said a word because, again, it's not negative. It's a positive thing.
Exactly. You and Albert both said it's the hypocrisy in wrestling fans. He's been on TV every week.
Every week. Hell, he's been like I just seen a reminder the other day that Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are the Raw Tag Champions.
Oh hell, I forgot.
Where the fuck have they been?
I don't know. What the hell?
Brock Lesnar's been on TV more than the champions have.
When he was champion, he was never on TV. Now he's on TV more than the tag champs. What's happening?
Vince is either Vince and or Brock is just trolling motherfuckers. That's all that is, man.
Yeah.
Right? That he's just trolling people. But back to the question about the music, man. Yeah, I think if they would, because I was disappointed that they didn't revisit the hip hop Brock thing, that was only a one time thing. Because I'm sorry, Brock Lesnar kick stepping and all that shit was fucking gold to me, and I don't care what anybody says. But another talent who I still think they changed his music up a little bit.
Yeah,
but I still think it's not fit for him as Cesaro.
Yeah, I think the exact same thing. It still don't fit, bro.
I liked it. I wanted to like it at first, but then I was like, that's kind of a cool song, but that don't fit him.
Yeah.
But I don't know what does.
Dude, just go back to the Dean Malenko sample.
Yeah.
His first theme. That was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. When he was he was coming out, and I think he was Antonio Cesaro, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
People forget he was Antonio Cesaro, and he came out, and his story was he was like a rugby player that got like banned from the league, so he came.
Yeah, because he used to rock those socks.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yep, he did, and he had like some like it was like an old like twisted up like sampled Dean Malenko entrance song, and I was like, there was nothing wrong with that. Like, I actually liked that. That
would be all right, but I say fuck all that. They need to bring up Chris Hero.
Uh-oh.
They need to bring back the Kings of Wrestling and had him motherfuckers come out to Method Man and Red Man. Boom.
Done. There it is. I'm with it. Kings of Wrestling, bring them back. But, of course, they won't do it because WWE didn't make it. So
exactly. That's not my idea, pal. So fuck that. We're not doing it.
Why break things that work? I just don't get it.
I don't get it, man, because Cesaro is such a badass. He is such a badass, and he deserves a badass theme. And now you give him this well, like, I don't even know what it is. Like, what is that music that they gave him? Sounds like something out of a Squaresoft game. Like something out of like a Final Fantasy ripoff game. like what is it? Like, oh, I just had a random battle. Oh shit. Like what the I don't get it. He's not fighting a fucking dragon.
No. That's the music that plays when the dragon is nearby, but you don't see it or hear it. You just look
right, and you and when you go to you say you can't rest because there's enemies nearby. Yeah. Like what the fuck is that music? I don't get it. Like, and like, what is the process? Because talent at least has some sort of say so in their music, right?
I would believe so. Yeah.
Like, did he spin the wheel and just land on that? Because I know he had Sheamus's music for a minute.
Yeah. Maybe he just don't care about like music, bro. Maybe he just don't care. I don't know.
But he does. But I feel like he does because if you recall, I believe back when they gave him the music with the siren in it.
Oh yeah,
He like tweeted and like alluded to how he was talking shit about how he thought his music sucked.
Oh yes, I do remember that. So yeah, he does care. I do remember that.
And he was right because it did suck.
Yeah. They've mishandled Cesaro in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, they just don't know what to do with him, and I mean, and that's just telling of WWE in general. I mean, they got amazing talent there, and Cesaro is incredible. And you would think that Vince would love him because, I mean, he's a fucking powerhouse. They could pick up anybody and throw them around like they're nothing.
Yeah.
And
they don't.
And I think what it is Vince don't think he can cut a promo.
Oh well, yeah, he's messed up on promos before. I mean, I've seen it in the middle of the ring, and I'm like, yes, he's killing it on this promo. He's killing it. Then he stammers or says it like, I think there was some time he came out and he was cutting a promo, and he called like, he said, oh, what did he say? He said he could wrap up anybody between those 4 ropes, and I'm like, dude, there's 3 ropes. And he tried to correct himself and made it even worse. And yeah,
right. But you know what I think that is?
What's that?
They gave him a fucking script.
Yep.
Let him go out there and be him. So Cesaro's not the type that could go out there and say your lines and shit.
Yeah.
Let him know the direction that you want to go with and all that, and then let him go out and be him.
Yep. Just let him talk, bro.
Or if that don't work, get him a goddamn mouthpiece.
Yep. And they did do that with Paul Heyman, and then all they did was talk about how Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker's undefeated streak, even though he was managing Cesaro. Ugh.
Right, and you're right. They did attempt that, but there was just no love put into that.
No, there wasn't.
You could tell that there was just no, because I guarantee you, if Paul Heyman was given the reins on that, Paul Heyman would have got that son of a bitch over.
Yeah.
Because he's done it before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
No, he's done it before, but at that time, they wanted them to keep, Vince wanted him, from what I understand, they wanted him to keep the idea that Brock Lesnar beat the Undertaker's undefeated streak fresh in everybody's mind, even though Brock wasn't on TV.
Right, and that done Cesaro no favors, because that just took the spotlight right off of him.
Yeah, it was bad.
And it's like, I just imagine like how awkward would you feel, if you're Cesaro. It's like, you're supposed to be gassing me up over here, man, but you're talking about this other situation, and I'm just standing here kind of looking like an asshole, like what the hell am I supposed to do? Right.
It sucks for Cesaro, and it still don't seem like it's getting any better. John Moxley called, and he said that Cesaro and Ricochet have been fighting each other for 3 weeks in a row. So
they have, though.
They really have.
And again, like I don't know if I've said it on here. I know I thought it, because the matches themselves, the matches themselves has been good.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be opposed to like a best of 7 thing, but you got to establish that.
Yeah. Why do we care? Like, why do we care? Like,
right, because you could be like, all right, now we're having a best of 7, and then the winner gets whoever wins the best of 7 gets an Intercontinental title shot or some shit like that. I don't know.
There you go.
Dare I say, give people a reason to fucking fight.
Yes. They're just sending them out there, bro. Like, the storytelling is so bad. Okay, we gotta move on.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god.
We could talk about WWE and their lack of storytelling for a really long time. But my pick, personally, for somebody who would get a different themes music, and who would it be? This gonna be personal to me, like, just because I think it would be cool and it would kind of make sense or whatever, and I've thought about it before. That's why I was so glad this question came up. Like, okay, remember back when Rikishi did it for The Rock and did it for the people?
Yes.
And before he did all that, he was coming out to the Too Cool theme. You know what I mean? That was his entrance music. Like, even when he wasn't with Too Cool, like, he was coming out to the the theme that they used to dance to.
Well, people's got to download your rendition of that immediately.
I know, right? Oh, man, that is going to get super downloaded on iTunes. Wait, iTunes is dead. Apple Music.
Yes.
But
R.I.P. iTunes.
R.I.P. iTunes. But so after he did that, he came out to a completely different theme, which I thought was a dope-ass, badass theme. I'm a bad man, getting bad thoughts. It's amongst thieves and crooks. I don't know if you remember when he came out to that theme when Rikishi went heel after he hit Austin with the car. Yeah.
I'm with that. It's a good theme, and I believe we put on our Facebook page the mashup between
Him and Samoa Joe's theme.
Yeah, his theme, Rikishi's theme, and Samoa Joe's theme. And at the risk of sounding way too hip here, I may set my iPhone XR on fire by saying this, but that shit went hard, fam. that shit banged.
Did go hard.
That shit banged.
It did go hard. But to answer the question here is, I would like do a remix of that Batman track for Rikishi, and I'll have The Problem 7 for 2 come out to it.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yep.
I love that idea, and it would work.
Yep.
Oh, can we make that happen?
Dude, like, I
know we know
him.
I know we know him. Can we chat him up about that?
We should, man. I hope Sepha listens to this. He's a listener, and of course, great former guest of the show. Highest downloaded episode on In Your House belongs to Sepha Fatu. So yeah, man, if you're listening, hey, holler at your pops about remixing that track and using it as an entrance music. That'd be badass, bro.
Now wait a minute though. He may not be able to do that because WWE's kind of WWE and they may not let him do that.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. You're right about that. You're absolutely right.
But you know what? It doesn't mean you can't spin off that idea.
Yeah.
And kind of do their own thing with that. You know?
That'd be dope. Like, that'd be so friggin' dope to see him come out and nobody else in the family's ever done it. Like, the Usos didn't do it, you know what I mean? Like family Roman didn't do it, like they didn't do it. Like that'd be dope. Like if Sepha came out and like mixed up the song or whatever, did a little remix on it, and did a little Batman track, and it would just be a cool callback, and like it was a good theme then, and I think it'd be a good theme for him now. Yeah, man, that's my pick. Batman for Sepha Fatu, son of Rikishi. I think that'd be a dope mix, and I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I like it. I really like that idea. That's a damn good pick. Again, there's so many themes in WWE now that I like, but then there's so many that I don't like.
Yeah, man.
Like they feel just uninspired.
Yeah, or they don't even fit the character.
Right, and it's like I miss Jim Johnson, dude. Like Jim Johnson, like that guy would put out just so many badass themes. I mean, he just come up with the most iconic themes out there, and now they have who is that? That's CFO or
CFO? Yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's who's still doing the themes now, and some of them's all right, but yeah, there's others that's just I don't know.
Yeah. And while you're talking about Jim Johnston, WWE, put him in the fucking Hall of Fame. Quit fucking around and put that man in the fucking Hall of Fame. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, but you know what, man? I hear this Hall of Fame argument and all that shit. Like, what really is does a Hall of Fame really mean anything anyway?
I feel you, bro. I feel you, but for all the contributions that man has given to the business, at least give him the Warrior Award. The fuck? How is this dude just getting fired and not any kind of proper send off? Like, what? He's given so much. Like, I know we're not supposed like the Warrior Award was for Jim Johnston, guys just like Jim Johnston. Like, man, give him the Warrior Award or something. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. I feel strongly about that because I'm a musician, he's a musician, and he's given so much to this business I love so much. Give that dude the fucking Warrior Award. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Man, man, I think Con Rome about to take a road trip to Connecticut. You want to go to Stanford, bro?
I'm down, man. Listen, I'm ready to ride for Jim Johnston, bro.
Man, let's go.
I'm in, bro. I'm ready to ride for Jim Johnston.
Man, let's go. Let's go. Shit. Because again, yeah, I mean, Jim made some good. I just made again some of the most iconic themes out there.
Yep.
I mean that riff, that Stone Cold riff. I mean, he played that. I mean that's his shit. You know, like he's the one to come up with that. Like it's I get, but again, like I said, I've always thought the Hall of Fame is bullshit anyway. Because until they have a physical building that is a Hall of Fame, that Hall of Fame is all bullshit. It's all like when Vince McMahon deems you worthy, you could be in his Hall of Fame. Like fuck that, there's multiple other Hall of Fames out there that actually have venues that you can visit and all that stuff. Like, you got your cauliflower alleys and all that stuff. and multiple different, like, I think we got a Hall of Fame here in Indiana, I do believe, right?
Yeah. We got the Indiana Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Right. So, I mean, and that to me is legit because you could go to it. It has stuff there. And I know, like, when they have the WWE Hall of Fame, they have, like the outfits that legends have worn and all that stuff there. So, I mean, they basically have it. But, again, until they actually have a venue that you can visit, I think the Hall of Fame thing is bullshit.
Yeah, man. So, and I think they're working on that coming soon to Florida, I think, but that's been in talks for years. So I'm not ready to say that's gonna happen or that's not gonna happen or whatever, because I don't know. I just know it's been talked about for a long time, and yeah, man, that's all I know. So right now, the Hall of Fame is what it is, man.
I think I may just sound a little bit bitter because, like, if Owen Hart isn't in the Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? Like, if anybody deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame, and if it's his family keeping him out, all right, that's one thing.
Now,
but yeah, like that's my thing. I think I'm just kind of bitter about that.
No, I feel you, bro. If I'll say one thing, for the Hall of Fame, I will say this is that it does kind of help, like, talents or whatever to have that Hall of Fame stamp across their name. Like, it helps them, like, they can get more money for bookings and stuff like that. Like,
true.
It's just like it's good for their brand, like, to have that WWE Hall of Fame patch attached to it,
Yeah, that's true, and I'm sure that that comes tied with, like, a Legends contract, to get money off that. So yeah, I that is true.
I'll say that.
They're getting that. That's valid. That's valid. I'll take that. But it's just, again, that's, I don't mean to always try to go negative with it, but
no, I feel you, bro. I feel you, and you said what you said. That's your feelings, and that's it. Your feelings are valid, and that's what we talk about here. We just keep it real.
It's just it's hard. I don't like going taking a negative stance against WWE all the time. It's just, damn it, you fuckers make it so easy.
Man, they really do, bro. They really do, bro. And as far as easy goes, man, this wasn't an easy episode, but it was a fun episode. How about that? How about that for a segue? We had to go all kinds of different angles on this episode to make it work, but I think that we did, and I think this was another great episode. Michael, you already know what to do, bro. Plug away.
That's right. Yeah, we were kind of everywhere on this episode, kind of threw it together, but that's what we do. We just fly here, we go green with no net, baby. That's how we roll. Yeah, you can catch me on the Twitter at Mikey Hutch, IYH. Follow me. We chop it up about whatever, and again, we say it here all the time, regardless of what side you're on. WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, who we hope, rises like the mighty Phoenix yet again and comes back and takes the world by storm. New Japan, regardless of what side of fandom you're on, we are one. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.
Great points. Once again by my man, Mikey Hutch. We are one, and that is why we talk about wrestling here, to give you all different perspectives. And guys, this was another great episode, but that's what we do here in your house. We give you that work. It just is what we do, and we love it. And let you know where you guys can listen to us at. You guys can listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? Hey, that's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. Check us out. October 5th, Heroes and Legends 13, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hey, if you guys can't be there in person, which we definitely want you to be there in person, hey, check it out on the Fight app, Fight TV, where I will be on commentary with Pro Wrestling Manager Jason Saint. Hey, guys, we got a video show coming. A video show. It is so exciting that it's going to be coming very soon. Shout out to Nick Koopel for being down with the project here. And guys, I'm telling you guys, hop on this bandwagon. Get on. Or get gone. Because the household, we're going strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.